Hello, I am Ponlitz. Thank you for coming to my video. Today we're going to talk about physics in racing games and damage modeling. If you like my work, please support me on Patreon. It would help a great deal, and I'd be very grateful if you did. Also, please be sure to check out my website. I have all kinds of merch and stuff on there if you'd like to buy some. I got beanies, hoodies, t-shirts, hats, snap caps, backpacks, and masks if you like. Ignore the CPU though, I need to remove that, it's already been sold. Okay, so when you come to dirt though,
40, left.
now you'll notice, I just hit the guardrail. But look at this. It's bent. This game is 15, 16, whatever years old, and it has this kind of realism in it. Now imagine being a kid growing up. Oh, I fucked up the alignment. Imagine being a kid and you're playing this game at Target. Oh, that is so gorgeous. You're playing this game at Target and you come to play it and you realize this game is the most realistic driving game you've ever played. Now mind you, this is jumping from some kind of PlayStation 1 crap, you know, like you're jumping from Ford racing to this.
80, left 4 into right.
That's
4.
a massive jump to go from Ford racing to this.
80, left 5.
And this game had dynamic destructive cars, it had realistic handling, it had gorgeous graphics. Now on the Xbox 360, it didn't look quite this sharp and refined, but it was still a massive jump on the Xbox 360, and that's what we play this game on. This game has stupidly dynamic props. Like, look at that. I mean, yeah, my car's all broken, but it makes it so that I can just look at that. It's realistic. I've never played a game with that before or after. The ends of the guardrails can become detached. You can technically detach the entire guardrail, although doing so before the car's totaled is difficult. See, look at that. Look at that. It's now shorter, and I can push it more. I could, with enough time and patience, get this whole guardrail to come off its thing and be this floppy, whatever it is. Now I hear all kinds of nonsense about technical limitations and whatever, but it's like, dude, if we can make this kind of realism in games from 15, 16 years ago, we could do it today. I'm gonna cut to a couple other gameplay clips, and we're gonna show you kind of what I mean. I'm gonna cut to Wreckfest right now because I want to show you that first before we show you some other stuff. Okay, when you take a look at modern racing games, you think realism. Now this is not exactly a public racing game anymore, it's a testing demo thing. But imagine modern racing games with physics where you can drive through houses and they break apart, like you'd expect them to. I mean, look at that. I flopped, but the house is broke. I mean, wait. Like, seriously. Let me just reset my car real quick. Like, look at that. It's broken. It's beautiful. Why can't games still do this? I mean, if you look at the modern Wreckfest game... Okay, so when it comes to physics and performance, this game performs very well. Although I'm not the best driver in this game because I don't play this game as much as I used to. It still has the same physics engine, but an improved version over the Wreckfest 2.0 engine. AI is, well, still the same, more or less, with some minor improvements. Oh, that frame rate drop, I guess there's nothing you can do about that. I thought changing the FXAA thing would fix it, but nope. I think the biggest issue is that it's 4K. That's okay though. Oh, you suck. Don't you do that. But yeah, now you'll notice that if I crash into these power lines, it should behave as predicted, but no, they don't break. Maybe I gotta hit it harder though, but I'm not 100% certain on that. Oh, also, remember how I was showing you about the girders, or the things? They don't bend at all. Let me see if I can show you. They don't bend at all. No noticeable bend, no change in shape, not even a scratch really on them, but my car is all kinds of broken. Now, this game is called Flat Out Ultimate Carnage 2. Now, the reason behind that is the idea is there's maximal carnage. Now, this game came out on the Xbox 360. I also cannot have the music playing at a reasonable volume because it might be copyrighted, and I don't really know about what to use for it. But it had a really smashing soundtrack for this kind of game, and it made sense. Now, this game has... Oh, that was totally my fault. This game has a decent physics engine. Like, it's a very solid, very responsive physics engine. In fact, I find it rather respectable. I wish that more games had physics engines like this. Now, it's not robust compared to today's physics engines with Wreckfest, like I just showed you earlier, but there's still plenty of physics objects, and the cars are relatively dynamic, and you can still break a lot of stuff. And you get a stupid amount of boost for doing it, because it encourages you to damage as much of the race course as you can. Except the problem is not everything is dynamic. Now these fence things are dynamic, but the buildings, like those buildings there and the fence right there, to a degree, some of these other props are completely static. You cannot break them. Other ones you can break, like this right there. I could break through all that. But if I want to break apart, say, that parking garage or whatever, that wall is as static as anything else in most video games. Now, I will say that the impact on these cars when you're racing against them and then you go to hit them, oh, that's so satisfying. Especially when you got a lot of boost behind you, you just smash them and everything and see their bodies flop out. I love it. Now, that was satisfying too. I love the fact you can break apart the little toll booth or whatever booth thing. It's great. Hello, JC Walker. Passing by you now. Oh, good stuff. Could have broke it. I want to break these mailboxes. Oh, I missed. I suck. But this right here, completely static. Can't break it. The gas station, you can break apart the gas pumps, but nope, can't break apart. Can't break apart the hangy bit that hangs over the gas pumps. Can't break that apart. Unlike in Just Cause 3, where you can break those apart. But yeah, it's pretty great. Now this game is awesome. It's fun. I can play through it and just enjoy the fact that I can break stuff. Now, you might be saying to yourself, why didn't you just play this game then? It clearly has what you want. And I'm sitting over here like, yes, it does. But why can't we have new games do that? You play Forza 3, you play Forza Horizon 4, you play whatever new modern racing game is out, and it doesn't have decently dynamic props, like minimal if any at all. The dynamic interactions are terrible. In fact, I'm gonna jump to dirt and show you exactly what I mean. Now, we're a dirt rally. I chose the classic rally cars because I think they're fun. Although this one's relatively mini because, woo! Look at him go! He's so fast! Although I kind of suck at it. I'm used to jogging with the wheel in this game. I always drove with the wheel, although in first person, so I'm better at the wheel than I am with this. Oh my god, shit. And if you hit these things, they do break apart, kind of what you'd expect. Okay, that sucks. Yeah, that's pretty cool. You hit these things, they do nothing. That's a disappointment, but let's see if we can find any steel girders. If we can't find any of those, I'll just, or guardrails. Oh, that's right, it's only a 4-speed. Okay, well that didn't bend at all. Car bent though. Kinda had to do that. Come on. Flip me. Do it. Thank you. In terms of physics, though, this game has a decent amount of driving physics. Oof. A decent amount of driving physics, but it does not have any amount of, it doesn't have any amount of decent amount of destruction of props. I guess it has some, but not as much as I'd like. That's okay. In summary, Some racing games don't need a lot of good physics, but if you're gonna build a really high-end racing game and you don't add decent destructive props and you just have like basically Hot Wheels level physics for the cars with no deformation or anything to the chassis or to the frame or to any kind of part of the car, and it just hits the wall and there's no real change to the car model and it just is there. No, that's not even cool. I mean, we're not living in 1995 where the technical limitations are the real limit here. We're living in 2021 where cars can deform realistically. I mean, I'm gonna hit this guy for example. Look at that. Not only am I f***ed up, he's f***ed up. I mean, arguably, we're equally f***ed up, but the point stands. Look at that. It's beautiful. Man, I just love racing games, and I really wish that they had better physics. Sometimes they do, and some racing games that come out have really cool physics, but not all of them. Well anyways, I hope you liked the video, and I hope you subscribe, and I hope you click that bell. I'm going to be trying to upload content more regularly, animations probably once every month or two, sometimes 3 months because they take forever, I'll be honest. Gaming videos, I'm going to try to do weekly, and I hope you come by and watch them. I'm going to do my best to make them fun and engaging. See you later.